Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, I will give you the complete guide to passing the grade 3 A2 test. So let's get started. In this video, we will discuss what is the A2 test, what is it for, its document requirements, the test format, language requirements, and lastly, the topics. So first of all, what is the A2 test? The A2 test is a grade 3 secure English language test. This test checks your basic English conversation and grammar. It ensures that you can understand and speak English in everyday situations. It is a speaking and listening test only, and there is no writing involved. So what is it for? It is required for family partner extension or family parent extension. And the A2 test is the successor to the A1 test. So if you don't already know, when you first come to the UK on a spouse visa or to meet your family, you have to give the A1 test. Once you give the test, you can stay in the UK for 2.5 years before you have to give the A2 test. And this test is taken to qualify for further leave to remain on the 5-year partner or parent route to settlement. Meaning, once you give this test and spend another 2.5 years in the UK, you have now spent a total of 5 years in UK, and now you can actually apply for settlement in the UK. So now that you know what the test is for, let's talk about its document requirements. This test requires at least one of the following IDs: a passport, a BRP, biometric residence permit, a BRC, a biometric residence card, an ID card of EEA nationals, or a travel document issued by United Nations or Red Cross. The easiest one of all of these is the passport. The candidate must present at least one form of ID, and the same ID must be used for all exam components. So during the whole process, anytime a person asks you for your ID, you must present the same ID. And lastly, the ID must be the same used for online booking. So if you use your passport for online booking, you must take your passport with you to the test center as well. Now let's talk about the test format. It is a 7-minute test and involves a one-to-one conversation with the examiner. The provisional result will be emailed by 9 AM the day after the test. And provisional result means you will be informed whether you have passed or failed the test. That's it. The certificate is usually sent within 7 days, and the test is valid for 2.5 years, as I mentioned previously. The test is taken at UKVI approved Trinity CELT centers. It is not taken at home, even though due to COVID restrictions, the test will be done remotely via video conference. It will still be done at the test center on a Trinity College tablet that will be set up by your steward. So you still have to show up at the center, and you still have to give the test on their device. You cannot give it at home. If you're a woman and your name has changed after marriage, but the ID has the old name, then here's what you can do. You have to provide your marriage certificate in English as proof. If it is not in English, then it must be translated, and you must provide your UK spouse visa that is within date, meaning which has not expired. Now let's talk about the language requirements. The test requires basic knowledge and understanding of English language. The candidate must be able to understand simple questions and requests and respond appropriately. The candidate must be able to use the following language functions and grammar: describing date and time, giving directions and guidance, describing activities of people in a picture. I will explain this one in a follow-up video where I'll mention all the questions that can be asked in the A2 test. So make sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss that. And lastly, asking simple questions. The candidate must also be able to understand and use present and past tense, prepositions of time, place, etc., can and can't, and lastly linking words such as and, then, etc. So these are grammar requirements that you must fulfill. But these are very simple requirements, and you can easily practice them with your partner or with your friend, and you can easily get the hang of it. Lastly, let's discuss the topics of the conversation. These include jobs, so he might ask you questions about what type of job do you do, what type of job your partner does. Places, so your place of study if you're a student or your place of living. Home life, so what do you do at home. Weather, he might ask you about the weather conditions. Free time, so what do you do in your free time, he might ask you about your leisure activities. Date and time, he might ask you about particular dates, for example when is Christmas, when is your birthday, or any other date that he wants. And lastly, ordinal numbers up to 31st for dates, meaning you must be able to use ordinal numbers when talking about dates. So if you want to mention the Christmas date, you must say 25th of December, not December 25 or 25 December. Using ordinal numbers is also important. And that's pretty much it. That's the complete guide to the A2 test. If you have any questions, make sure to leave a comment down below and I'll try my best to answer you. If you like this video, make sure to give it a like and also subscribe for more. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching.